Imagine a world where the greatest threat to a small democratic nation does not come from its enemies, but from its closest ally. This is not a dystopian novel. This is the reality now facing Denmark and Greenland. For decades, the United States presented itself as the guardian of international order. Today, it openly discusses the possibility of annexing territory belonging to a NATO ally. Greenland is no longer an abstract shock. It is the center of a geopolitical shock. From a distance, Greenland appears as a blank white mass on the map. But this perception is dangerously wrong. Greenland is not empty. It is home. 57,000 people live there. They speak their own language, preserve their own culture, and define their own identity. Greenland is not a resource ep. It is a society. And their message is clear. Repeated in elections, surveys, and public statements, they do not want to become American citizens. Greenland's relationship with Denmark stretches back more than 6 centuries. Since 1953, Greenlanders have held full Danish citizenship, political rights, and parliamentary representation. Today, Greenland governs almost all of its internal affairs. It possesses extensive autonomy and legal authority over its future, including the right to leave Denmark. That right has existed for years. Greenland has not exercised it, not because it cannot, but because it chooses not to. Here lies the great paradox. The United States already has full military access to Greenland. Under a 1951 defense agreement, America may deploy troops, construct bases, and operate freely. Once, 15,000 American soldiers were stationed there. Today, only about 150 remain. This reduction was America's decision alone. Washington speaks of national security. Greenland's Arctic position is strategic, yes, but no security advantage requires annexation. Every military advantage America seeks is already available, so the question remains, why escalate? For Denmark, the answer feels uncomfortable. This is not about defense. It is about power. Many believe Greenland is rich beyond imagination. Rare earths, minerals, untapped fortune. Reality is harsher. Greenland is among the most expensive places on Earth to mine. Extreme weather, isolation, and logistics defeat most investors. If Greenland were a guaranteed fortune, it would already be mined. The most dangerous weapon is not military force, it is influence. Denmark observes growing efforts to amplify historical grievances, fracture trust, and weaken Danish legitimacy in Greenland. The goal is subtle. Remove Denmark, and Greenland becomes easier to control. Greenland's response has been firm. Independence may be discussed. Annexation is rejected. Polls show only 6% of Greenlanders favor joining the United States. If forced to choose, Greenland chooses Denmark. What if force is used? Denmark answers without hesitation. That would mean war. Danish forces in Greenland would resist. Lives would be lost. Allies would shoot allies. NATO itself would fracture, perhaps irreparably. NATO exists to protect members from aggression. Today, the only threat to Danish territory comes from within the alliance. An alliance built on trust cannot survive coercion. This is no longer a legal debate. It is a moral one. Is power meant to dominate or to protect? This entire crisis is unnecessary. America already has access, cooperation, and partnership. All that was required was dialogue. Greenland is not a map, not a resource, not a trophy. It is home, and homes cannot be taken simply because someone is powerful enough to try. If the Western world collapses, it will not be because its enemies destroyed it, but because it betrayed its own principles. The question now is simple. Will history repeat itself or finally be learned?